This is one of my garlic beds. I have this one and another beside it. And just checking in, it looks like I don't have any misses, no holes here. It's all come up again, which is brilliant. This garlic stems from garlic I purchased in 2019, 7 years ago. And I have not purchased any garlic since for planting or for my cooking, for consuming. It all comes from what I purchased in 2019 and lasts me, once harvested and cured properly, for a year. I've got some here. This is porcelain music garlic. There's a bit of a tale that Al Music brought it over first and started cultivating it here in Canada in the 1980s, early. Brought it over in a suitcase from Italy, but I don't think that's quite true. However, Al Music was very real and created this garlic, I think it was to fill a hole in the tobacco fields that weren't productive. And it's a favorite in Canada very much, and it's a favorite for chefs. It certainly has that, well, if you let it cure, the longer it cures, it gets that strong, gorgeous, almost with a bite, you know, hot, true garlic flavor. And particularly loved amongst cooks and chefs is the fact that they're such large cloves. You're not fiddling around with the tiny ones that you get in a soft neck garlic. These are hard neck, as you can see. It's how I store them. So that's a really good bang for your buck, considering that I purchased cloves to plant in 2019 from Heads of Garlic. Make sure it's a top reputable company that you're buying your garlic from. This is from Vessie's, and the quality is outstanding. And then I just, you know, every year you save some, put it away to plant again that fall from your harvest. And I just slowly increased over the years to now be able to plant all that I need, which is 200 cloves from those heads that I store. And that leaves me lots to cook with. And when you have hard neck, you get that extra vegetable. You get the scapes that come from it, which is a great addition to cooking, used as you would with, say, a green onion, but of course with the hint of garlic. And down here, I'll show you, I have, where I've started 3 years ago, is experimenting with Perennial garlic from the same 2019 cloves, the year after year saving of them. I have left some in here to be a perennial, to test it out. It works fabulously. Now these garlic I pull out and use on the spot without curing, and it's a milder flavor when you do that with the music garlic, but lovely, still a true garlic flavor. They just get much stronger and more pungent as you cure them. And here's the Perennial. So you can see the stalks from last year. And I had to pull a lot out last year because it really spread. But it's great. I mean, I'm using it immediately because I don't harvest the garlic from these two beds till late August. And this I can pull anytime I want. They're already beautiful cloves. Now right beside that, I have my winter sowing of brassicas. Let's see how they're doing. Still hasn't warmed up much, but they've got some sun. There we go. I can't read these right now. Some are doing better than others, I see. Okay. More than enough, though. So in these I have my broccoli and cabbage, kale, and a few cauliflower. If I can get this open. Oh, there we go. I know that one is the dinosaur kale, black magic. It's coming well. Lovely. They'll just sit nice and cozy on this cold, windy day in their little mini greenhouses. I'm going to go out and plant my broad beans today. You don't need to see me do that, but I've chosen, it's not a bad day, and I've already pre-prepped the bed. But first I thought I'd show you how my seedlings are doing indoors. These plants are patiently waiting for another month and a half at least, except for my globe artichokes, which will have to go out for cold stratification when it's between 4 to 10 degrees, but we're not there yet for most of the time. So let me show you these. All right, I'm multitasking. I just turned my dishwasher on, so I hope you can't hear it too loud. Here's my celery. It's looking quite good. And of course that will be planted down to, you know, here to grow on when it goes outside. Celery it's a very cold hardy plant, I find. I just have to make sure it's warm enough when transplanting that I'm not going to hurt them. I just have some flowers here, and I can see marigolds. And I forget what those are. Is it marked? Oh, that's the torch tillandsia, yeah. So I just had extra space. I thought I'd do some flowers because, as I showed you, my brassicas are all outside. So here's some extra Brussels sprouts and some sage in there, which maybe I should transplant up to another pot, another size. There's some sage. There's my globe artichokes. I've lost one. I think I overwatered at the time and then I underwater. I have a hard time with those. Here I'm just starting some new seedlings. I've transplanted some of these yesterday. That's the torch tillandsia I've said. This is borage, which has not come up yet. Something's coming up here. What is it? Chives. This is just starting to come. I see one. That's butterfly weed. And parsley. That was an old parsley, so I don't know if that's going to come up. That's okay. Here's my main Brussels sprouts. They're looking nice and healthy. Some more marigolds. My peppers. They still have a long way to go. They look very small yet, but I don't want them too much. As you can see today, it's not very sunny. It comes and goes, but it's very cloudy skies. So they're not getting as much light, and I don't want them to get too leggy. So this is a good size for them right now. And it's various types of sweet peppers and hot peppers. Now, get off my knees. Oh, in front of me is just some lettuce. Planted these a long time ago. Some I've eaten. And this is just some of the later ones. And I have over here some more lettuce and more Brussels sprouts. And these are tomato plants. They've got a long way to go also. Over here, oh, I should pick some. These are ripening up lovely. Beautiful, tiny Tims. So that's great. And then a pepper plant in the back. Hasn't produced any flowers yet since they fell off, but it will. I can hear my dishwasher now. Here's my eggplant. 4 of those. It's a Miro eggplant. This is lavender, which is just coming. My goodness, it takes so long. And I haven't seen any sign yet of my skirt. That's a tomato. I think that's another tiny Tim. This is just another batch of basil for me for indoors. My leeks may soon need a haircut. Not yet though. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. What did I start in here? Oh, I just started some flowers in here. Perennial and annual. Oh, and I started a sweet potato for fun. I'm going to try it again. My first attempt was many years ago, and though it grew, it didn't have enough time, so I had ever so tiny, you know, I had the long roots and ever so tiny sweet potatoes. So I'm going to give it a try, figure out how I'm going to plant that this year. So I've got my broad beans. I bought new ones this year. This is from Local, the seed company in St. John's, which I buy them from frequently, but I used up the ones I saved because I just thought, oh, I'll buy new ones. And I will plant about 50 of these. Gorgeous. And there's a lot more in there. So this is the Windsor bush, and they grow beautifully here. I've come to really appreciate the fava bean, or the broad bean. I was not really exposed to them growing up. It wasn't something my mother cooked. But they're so wonderful for storing in the freezer. And again, you get so many, and so for sustainability, and you can save the seeds year after year. And I just really rely on them now, and I found so many lovely ways to cook them. It just took me a little while because I wasn't that familiar with them, but there's so many beautiful dishes. So I'll get out and put these in the ground. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon.